You ever have one of those days where you think you know exactly how it's gonna go, and then bam, life just flips the script on you? That's what happened in Willow Creek, a sleepy little town in the heart of Ohio, on a Memorial Day that nobody's ever gonna forget. Picture this. The sun's just creeping over the horizon, painting the town square in this soft, golden glow, but the air's already thick with heat, like the kind that makes you feel like you're breathing soup. The folks of Willow Creek, they're out early, setting up flags, laying wreaths, getting ready to honor the fallen. It's a big deal around here. Always has been. But all eyes are on this one guy, Jack Thompson, a retired Marine, pushing 60, standing alone in the middle of the square. Jack's got this quiet strength about him, you know? The kind of guy who doesn't say much, but when he does, you listen. He's in his old Marine uniform, medals pinned to his chest, glinting in the morning light, and he's holding a salute rock steady, eyes locked on the flag flapping in the breeze. This isn't just some ceremony for Jack. This is personal. See, Jack's got a story, one he doesn't talk about much. Back in the day, he served with his best friend, Tommy, a guy who was like a brother to him. They went through hell together, desert deployments, firefights, the works. But Tommy, he didn't make it home. Took a hit to save Jack's life during their last mission. "Keep him safe, Jack," Tommy said, blood on his lips, as he slipped away. Those words, they're burned into Jack's soul. Every Memorial Day since, he's out here, saluting for hours, no matter the weather, no matter the pain in his bad knee from an old shrapnel wound. It's his promise to Tommy, to all the guys they lost. Nobody gets forgotten, not on his watch. Now, the townsfolk, they know Jack's deal. They admire him, sure, but this year, the heat's brutal, like 90 degrees by 9 a.m., and people are starting to worry. There's this young woman, Sarah, maybe 25, filming the whole thing on her phone, streaming it live to her little YouTube channel. She's whispering to her buddy, Mike, a grizzled old mechanic who's seen it all. "He's been out there an hour already, Mike. Shouldn't someone, I don't know, make him take a break?" Mike just shakes his head, squinting at Jack. "Girl, you don't know Jack. He's stubborn as a mule, and this heat ain't gonna break him. But damn, it's hotter than Satan's kitchen out here." The crowd's getting restless as the second hour ticks by. Jack's still standing, sweat dripping down his face, but he doesn't flinch. His knees gotta be screaming, but his hands steady at his brow, eyes fixed on that flag like it's the only thing in the world. Sarah's live streams blowing up now, comments pouring in from all over. "This guy's a legend," one says. "Why is he doing this to himself?" another asks. "Somebody get him some water." The vibe's tense, like everyone's holding their breath, waiting for Jack to wobble or collapse, but he just doesn't. Then, out of nowhere, there's this low rumble, like thunder rolling in. Heads turn, and here come these bikers, 6 of them, roaring into the square on Harleys that look like they've seen 1,000 roads. Leather jackets, tattoos, the whole deal. The leader, a guy named Ray, is built like a tank, with a beard that could hide a small animal and eyes that cut through you like a knife. Behind him are his crew: Vince, a wiry guy with a cocky grin; Lena, tough as nails with a scar across her cheek; Duke, a mountain of a man; and the twins, Cole and Riley, who move like they're one person split in two. The crowd freezes. These guys don't exactly scream small-town friendly, you know? Sarah's whispering to Mike, her phone still rolling. "Who the hell are these guys?" Mike's face darkens. "Trouble, that's who. Bet they're here to stir up crap." The air's thick now, not just with heat, but with this uneasy vibe. People are clutching their kids, stepping back, whispering. "They better not mess with Jack," someone mutters. "Should we call the cops?" another asks. Ray and his crew park their bikes, the engines growling to a stop, and they start walking toward Jack, slow and deliberate, like wolves circling a campfire. Ray stops a few feet from Jack, who hasn't moved an inch, still saluting, eyes on the flag. The square's dead quiet now, except for the faint buzz of Sarah's phone picking up every sound. Ray smirks, crossing his arms. "Well, damn, Marine. You're out here cooking yourself in this heat. Got some balls, huh?" Vince chimes in, leaning forward with that grin of his. "What's the deal, old man? You think you're proving something, standing there like a statue?" The crowd's murmuring louder now, pissed off, scared. Sarah's live stream's going nuts, comments like, "Get those thugs away from him. And this is disrespectful." Jack doesn't budge. Not a word, not a glance. His knees trembling just a bit now, but his salute's still perfect, like he's carved from stone. Lena steps closer, her voice low, almost mocking. Bet you're thinking of your buddies, huh? All those were stories. But you're gonna keel over out here, and for what? The crowd's on edge. Simeon's yelling. Leave him alone. A mom pulls her kid behind her, ready to bolt. Mike's clenching his fists, muttering, these punks are asking for it. But then here's where it gets wild. Ray does something nobody expects. He reaches into his jacket, and the crowd gasps, thinking he's pulling a weapon. Sarah's hands shake, but she keeps filming. Mike's about to step in, shouting, hey, back off. But Ray doesn't pull a knife or a gun. He pulls out a folded American flag, crisp and perfect, like it's been waiting for this moment. He unfurls it with this quiet respect, plants it in the ground next to Jack, and she snaps to attention and salutes. Right there, side by side with Jack. The square goes silent, like the world just hit pause. One by one, the other bikers step up. Vince drops the grin, salutes. Lena follows, her face softening. Duke, Cole, and Riley fall in line, their hands raised in perfect unison. It's like something out of a movie, these tough-as-hell bikers standing shoulder to shoulder with Jack, saluting the flag, saluting him. Sarah's whispering to her phone, oh my God, they're with him. The comments on her stream flip from panic to awe. Are they veterans? One asks. This is unreal, another says. I'm crying. Ray breaks his salute, steps closer to Jack, who's still holding his own, sweat pouring down but not wavering. Ray's voice is quieter now, almost gentle. Marine, you're not out here alone today. He reaches into his pocket again, gasps this time, and pulls out a small Marine Corps pin. He leans in, slow and careful, and pins it to Jack's jacket, right next to his medals. Jack's hand twitches, just for a second, like he's feeling the weight of it, but he doesn't break his salute. Then Vince steps up, pulling a canteen from his bike. Sir, he says, and there's no smirk now, just respect. He holds the canteen to Jack's lips, and after a beat, Jack takes a sip, his voice rasping out a low, thanks. Lena kneels down, checking Jack's knee brace, adjusting it like she's done it 100 times. Duke pulls out a little battery-powered fan, starts waving it at Jack to cut through the heat. Cole and Riley set up a tarp, rigging it to give Jack some shade. It's like they've got this unspoken playbook, each one knowing exactly what to do. The crowd's stunned, but they're starting to get it. These bikers aren't here to cause trouble, they're here to help. Sarah's stream's blowing up with heart emojis, and this is what America's about. Mike, who was ready to throw hands 5 minutes ago, wipes his face and mutters, well, I'll be damned. A little kid, maybe 8, tugs at his mom's sleeve, holding a handful of wildflowers. Can I give these to him? He asks. His mom, Lisa, hesitates, but Ray gives the kid a nod, like, go for it, buddy. The kid walks up, places the flowers at Jack's feet, and says, thank you, sir. Jack lowers his salute for just a second to pat the kid's shoulder. No, son, he says, voice thick. Thank you. By now, the whole square's shifting. People who were ready to run are stepping closer, joining in. Sarah hands her phone to Mike and grabs a damp cloth, dabbing Jack's forehead. You're something else, Jack, she whispers. Others start pitching in. Someone brings a chair, another offers a bottle of water. Ray turns to the crowd, his voice cutting through the murmurs like a blade. Listen up, he says. We're not here to scare anybody. We're here because this man, he points at Jack, he's out here every year, rain or shine, honoring the ones who didn't come home. That's not just courage, that's a damn promise. And we're here to make sure he doesn't stand alone. The crowd's quiet for a second, then someone starts clapping, slow at first, then louder, until it's a wave of applause. Jack's still saluting, but there's this flicker in his eyes, like he's seeing Tommy out there in the distance, nodding back at him. Sarah's narrating now, her voice shaky but clear. What you're seeing here, it's not just a moment. It's a reminder that we're all in this together, no matter how different we look. When the clock hits the 4th hour, Jack finally lowers his salute. The crowd lets out this collective breath, then erupts into cheers. Jack turns to Ray, his voice steady but heavy with feeling. I don't know you, man, but today, you've given me more than I can ever repay. Ray just grips his hand, firm and sure. Name's Ray, he says. And we get it, Marine. We've lost brothers too. As the bikers get ready to leave, their engines roaring back to life, the crowd's cheering them now, like they're heroes riding off into the sunset. Jack stands there, leaning on his cane, watching them go. The square's still buzzing, people swapping stories, some crying, some laughing. Mike walks up to Jack, shaking his head. I got it wrong, man. Those guys, this whole thing. It matters. Jack just nods, his voice soft. It's not about me, Mike. It's about all of us, keeping the promise. As the sun dips low, casting long shadows across the square, Sarah wraps up her stream, her voice cracking just a bit. Today wasn't just about remembering the fallen. It was about strangers coming together, about seeing past the leather jackets and the tattoos to the heart underneath. It's about what happens when we choose respect over fear. She turns the camera off, wipes her eyes, and looks out at the crowd still lingering, not ready to let the moment go. Here's the thing, days like this, they make you think. Was it just a fluke, a one-off moment of grace in a divided world? Or is there something deeper here? Something about how we judge people before we know them? Maybe the real question is what it takes to bridge that gap, not just on Memorial Day, but every day. What do you think? Have you ever seen a moment like this, where people surprised you, where you saw past the surface to something real? Drop it in the comments, because I'd love to hear your stories. If this hit you like it hit me, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and maybe, just maybe, let's keep this kind of unity going. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.